Gas Technologies, founded in 2004 by CEO Walter Bridenstine.
December 1st, 2010, we've produced our first production of liquids.
We're now going to test the samples. Go ahead, Rich, pour the sample to see.
As the sample runs down the hot pipe wrench, you'll see that it's not all water.
We've had some excitement here in the last 2 days of showing the tests of turning those liquids from our production into flame. We've actually started the liquids on fire, and for us that's an on-site test. If we can burn liquids from our process, we know that we've actually produced fuel as opposed to producing water.
That is from converting gas to liquid right there.
In the American garage, the birthplace of many revolutionary companies, is poised to become the world's lowest cost producer of low to negative carbon intensity fuels with its patented, proven, game-changing single-step gas-to-liquids conversion process. In the garage, when the Gas Techno team was able to prove the reaction of methane into methanol in its pilot plant, Gas Techno Mini GTL plants produce low-carbon fuels with up to 70% lower capital and 20% lower operating cost.
This is a competing technology to the traditional FT Fischer-Tropsch synthesis approach for making diesel fuel and naphtha.
Modular Gas Techno Mini GTL plants convert renewable natural gas into low to negative carbon intensity liquid fuels including methanol, ethanol, and dimethyl ether, DME. These low CI transportable liquid fuels can be used directly as drop-in replacement fuels for the transportation sector, trucking, rail, marine, and aviation sectors, where the methanol can be easily distributed and converted to hydrogen or electricity to fuel vehicle fleets in remote locations. Gas Techno is poised for explosive growth given the strength of its patent portfolio, proven technology, and the burgeoning demand for low-carbon fuels. According to a March 2021 Quality of Intellectual Property (QOIAP) research study by Aon's Intellectual Property Solutions, Gas Techno holds the world's largest portfolio of single-step gas-to-methanol patents, exceeding competitors including Linde, Halder Topsoe, Shell, Air Liquide, ExxonMobil, and EnBW. History. Evolution of the company. 12-year anniversary celebration on December 1st, 2022. Gas Techno Mini GTL has been extensively tested in the field from pilot through commercial scale over the past 12 years, and the company is poised for massive growth as the world converts to low carbon intensity fuels. Let's look at its step-by-step evolution. After being introduced to gas to liquids (GTL) technology in 2004,
and brings it in, processes it, converts it into a liquid product, and then produces a liquid saleable chemical. We are using a single-step process. Call our mobile trailer unit. We've designed this primarily for testing and demonstration purposes. It's December 1st, 2010. We've produced our first production of liquids.
We're now going to test the samples. Go ahead, Rich, pour the sample to see.
As the sample runs down the hot pipe wrench, you'll see that it's not all water.
We've had some excitement here in the last 2 days of showing the tests of turning those liquids from our production into flame. We've actually started the liquids on fire, and for us that's an on-site test. If we can burn liquids from our process, we know that we've actually produced fuel as opposed to producing water. The primary purpose of this trailer is to bring in customers so that they can see that we are actually producing methanol, ethanol, and formalin right from natural gas, right from a methane source.
Was proven in producing liquid methanol from feedstock gas containing methane, ethane, propane, and 18% nitrogen. In 2012 and 2013, a demonstration-scale mini GTL plant was constructed and operated in the field using both pipeline natural gas and associated flare gas at a site located in Kalkaska, Michigan, to produce methanol and ethanol.
Hi, this is Walter Bridenstine, CEO of Gas Technologies. From January to June in 2013, we completed our second plant construction, the portable mini GTL unit.
With its deep patent portfolio, the spotlight was placed on Gas Techno when it was awarded first overall in both the 2012 Intellectual Property Ranking and the 2013 Ocean Tomos IP Innovation Index.
That can capture those methane sources and convert them into a liquid fuel that can be readily sold into the market. If you look at a traditional methanol process, it's a 3-step process. If you look at a GTL process, it's a 4-step process. We're a 1-step process.
Initiated operation in November 2016 at a gas storage field site located in Ithaca, Michigan.
One of the most significant problems we have today in our generation is climate change. One of the big issues is CO2 emissions and methane emissions. Gas Techno solves that problem. We take gas flares from oil wells or gas flares from landfill. We can take that methane and we can convert it into methanol, which is a fuel and a chemical, and take away that flare, and we can install our plant right there on site.
The commercial scale plant was started and tested using air rather than oxygen through a harsh winter using on-site powered electricity in sub-negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures. The NGL plant and facility uptime operations during these months in North Dakota was near 95% compared to other competitors. Walter Bridenstine lived in a 50-foot Arctic skid shack on site during those 7 months, operating the facility and testing the equipment. A key lesson learned in North Dakota has not yet created the incentives to stop gas flaring. Associated gas, given a lack of regulations restricting the practice. We hope that the oil industry will reconsider their position and stop gas flaring in the future. Strategic refocus in 2019. In 2019, Gas Techno refocused its strategy from associated flare gas to liquids conversion to becoming the world's leading producer of low-carbon transportation fuels via conversion of renewable gas to liquids. The strategic refocus was driven by the burgeoning demand for low-carbon transportation fuels created by incentives under the U.S. Renewable Fuel Standard, RFS, and state-level low-carbon fuel standards, LCFS, coupled with the rapid growth in ESG investing and corporate net zero emission pledges. With its single-step gas-to-liquids conversion process, Gas Techno is uniquely positioned to become the lowest-cost producer of low-carbon liquid fuels, including methanol and DME, made from renewable gas or RNG. The current market is saturated with companies competing to supply compressed RNG, while demand for easily transportable, cost-effective liquid low-carbon fuels is growing rapidly. Besides low-carbon renewable methanol and DME fuels, Gas Techno liquids can be easily transported and converted to green hydrogen or electricity for EV charging at distributed locations. Gas Techno is poised for explosive growth. In 2021, Gas Techno raised nearly $4 million in Series A equity to fund the next phase of its growth with the start of construction of 2 mini GTL plants to be deployed at its proposed flagship energy center, a retail outlet that will serve as the model for the sale of the full range of low-carbon fuels that can be produced from Gas Techno renewable methanol. Future. In 2022, Gas Techno acquired a 36-acre industrial site in Michigan to establish its flagship manufacturing operation and retail Gas Techno Energy Center to produce and sell the full suite of Gas Techno low-carbon fuels, including methanol, ethanol, hydrogen, and electricity for EV charging. With the resurgence in investor support during 2021 and 2022, coupled with ongoing global supply chain challenges, the CEO made the strategic decision that Gas Techno will now manufacture its plants in-house at its flagship site. Gas Techno is developing a licensing model for landfill gas and biogas developers that will be funded by its planned SPAC pipe merger during 2023. The company has engaged Winston & Strawn in Houston, Texas, to shortlist SPAC pipe partners that are the best fit with Gas Techno. Gas Techno targets high revenue growth within the next 5 years based on the projected spike in low-carbon fuel demand, with support from aggressive decarbonization legislation, including the Infrastructure Act and the Inflation Reduction Act. To achieve its projections, Gas Techno plans to manufacture at least 1 mini GTL plant per month at its planned Michigan facility, with a target to deploy 12 or more turnkey biogas to methanol renewable fuel projects in 2023 to 2028. Over the next decade, the company plans to develop up to 30 renewable gas-to-liquid projects at landfills, dairy farms, and wastewater treatment facilities using mini GTL plants to produce low to negative carbon intensity renewable methanol from biogas for distribution to 27 energy centers across California, Michigan, Texas, and New York. Gas Techno Energy Centers will retail a full suite of low to negative carbon intensity renewable fuels such as hydrogen, DME, diesel, and jet fuel, and include electric fast charging stations to serve the medium-duty truck and semi-truck markets. Conclusion. On December 2, 2022, we celebrate our 12th anniversary from our first production test in the Northern Michigan garage. It has been a very long journey for the nearly 100 investors and contributors in the Gas Techno legacy starting in the garage. Walter Bridenstine, the CEO of Gas Techno, truly believes that Gas Techno is uniquely positioned to serve the growing demands in low-carbon fuels and emissions reduction. Kindly contact him for additional information on investment opportunities in Gas Techno. www.gastechno.com. Email walterb@gastechno.com. Contact number 231-535-2914.